This might be the most important chapter in the entire Yellowstone universe, and the Episode 1 trailer for 1969 just proved why. Because this isn't just another spin-off, this is the story that connects everything. The past, the present, and the legacy of the Dutton family are all colliding here, and honestly, it already feels bigger than anything we've seen before. The trailer pulls you in instantly, and from the very beginning, there's this heavy feeling that time has changed everything. You can feel it in the atmosphere, in the characters, and especially in Spencer. This is not the same man we saw in 1923. The years have clearly taken a toll on him, and now he feels more like a man who has seen too much, lost too much, and is simply holding on to what's left. There's a quiet sadness around him, but also strength. The kind of strength that only comes from surviving pain. And that's what makes his presence in the trailer so powerful. Because you know that whatever he says or does in this season, it's going to matter. At the same time, the trailer makes it very clear that leadership has officially passed on. John Dutton II is no longer just a part of the family. He is the one carrying the weight of everything now. And you can see that pressure building already. He's trying to protect the ranch, protect his family, and live up to the legacy that was built before him. But the problem is, the world around him is changing. This isn't the same time as before. The threats feel bigger, more complicated, and harder to control. And that creates a kind of tension that we haven't really seen before in this universe. Because this time, it's not just about defending the land. It's about surviving a completely different world. And then the trailer introduces us to a younger John Dutton III, and honestly, this might be one of the most exciting parts. Because this is where everything truly begins. Watching him at just 13 years old, learning what it means to be a Dutton, feels incredibly important. You can already sense that he's not just any kid. There's something about him, something that hints at the man he will become. But right now, he's still learning, still making mistakes, still trying to understand the responsibility that comes with his name. And that journey? That's going to be one of the most emotional parts of the entire series. What makes this trailer so special is how it balances all of these timelines and emotions at once. You have Spencer representing the past, John Dutton II dealing with the present, and John Dutton III stepping into the future. And somehow, all of their stories feel connected. It's like each generation is carrying something forward, something that can't be escaped. And that's where the real tension comes from. Because no matter how much things change, the weight of being a Dutton never goes away. And just when you think the story is only about family, the trailer starts hinting at something bigger. There are clear signs that the ranch is once again under threat. Not just from outside enemies, but from within as well. Power struggles, hidden tensions, and possible betrayals are already being teased. And if there's one thing we know about the Yellowstone world, it's that nothing stays peaceful for long. Every calm moment is just building up to something intense. What really stands out is how grounded everything feels. Even with all the drama, it doesn't feel over the top. It feels real. The emotions feel real, the conflicts feel real, and the stakes feel very real. And that's exactly why this trailer works so well. It doesn't just show you what's coming, it makes you feel it. It makes you curious, a little nervous, and completely invested at the same time. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about what will happen in Episode 1. It's about what it will start. And if this trailer is anything to go by, 1969 is about to begin a story that could redefine the entire Yellowstone universe forever. And just when you think the story is only going to focus on the Dutton family, the Episode 1 trailer for Yellowstone 1969 starts revealing something much bigger. Something that could completely change the direction of the entire series. Because this time, it's not just about protecting the ranch, it's about who truly deserves to own it. The tension around the Dutton Ranch feels stronger than ever, and you can already tell that multiple sides are going to clash. This isn't a simple conflict anymore. It's layered, complicated, and deeply personal. There are hints that different branches of the family might step forward, each with their own claim, their own reasons, and their own version of the truth. And when that happens, things don't just get messy, they get dangerous. Because when family turns against family, there are no rules left. At the center of all this is John Dutton II, and honestly, his position feels almost impossible. He's trying to hold everything together, but the pressure is coming from every direction. On one side, there's the legacy he has to protect. On the other, there are people who might challenge his authority. And then there's his own family, who may not always agree with the decisions he makes. The trailer shows us just enough to understand that he's going to be forced into choices that won't make everyone happy. And in a world like this, those choices can have serious consequences. At the same time, Spencer's presence adds another layer of emotion to the story. Even though he's no longer the man he used to be, his influence is still there. You can feel that he carries a lot of untold stories, a lot of memories that still shape the present. And there's this sense that before his time ends, he might pass on something important, something that could change how the future unfolds. Whether it's advice, a secret, or a truth that has been hidden for years, it feels like Spencer still has a major role to play. And then there's the younger generation, especially John Dutton III. His journey feels like it's just beginning, but already, you can sense conflict building around him. Growing up in a world like this isn't easy. There are expectations, responsibilities, and pressures that most people can't even imagine. The trailer hints that he might start exploring things on his own, maybe even stepping into situations that his family doesn't approve of. And that's where things can get really interesting. Because sometimes, the choices we make when we're young end up shaping everything that comes after. Another detail that really stands out is how the outside world is starting to affect the ranch. This isn't just an isolated story anymore. The year 1969 was a time of major change, and it feels like that change is going to play a big role in the series. Whether it's social shifts, political tension, or even events happening beyond the ranch, everything seems to be closing in. And that adds a whole new level of complexity to the story. Because now, it's not just about internal conflicts, it's about surviving in a world that is evolving fast. There are also strong hints that rival forces are going to step in, and they won't be easy to deal with. These aren't just random enemies. They feel calculated, strategic, and fully prepared to challenge the Duttons. And when you combine that with the internal struggles we're already seeing, it creates a situation where the Dutton Ranch could face one of its biggest threats yet. What makes all of this so compelling is how connected everything feels. Every storyline, every character, every conflict, it all seems to be building towards something bigger. Something that could change the balance of power completely. And the trailer does an incredible job of setting that up without revealing too much. It gives you just enough to understand the stakes, but keeps the biggest surprises hidden. Because at the end of the day, Episode 1 isn't just going to introduce us to this world, it's going to set the tone for everything that follows. And if this trailer is anything to go by, that tone is going to be intense, emotional, and full of unexpected twists.